Oh my, if you, oh my God, Alexa, shut up.
You're in the middle of the road, jackass!
You tell me where cornbread is? Turkey!
It ain't cool being no jive turkey so close to Thanksgiving.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Just Another Movie Night. Talking Trash.
Talking trash.
Turkey edition. November means we're talking turkeys. I said turkeys.
Yeah.
I did say turkeys.
You are.
You know why?
turkey.
Because I just watched a movie where nobody was speaking properly. And so now I'm not going to speak properly.
You know what? I'm not speaking properly either.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of like, blah, 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 and a lot of, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because.
Well, what does this mean, talking trash of turkey edition? This means we're talking movies we love. Turkeys that we love.
Yeah.
Specifically, so bad they're good turkeys.
So bad they're good. And this
It's your
is
pick.
a special one because I picked it.
Mm-hmm.
And we are talking Miami Connection.
The YK Kim classic.
YK
Masterpiece.
Kim, freaking masterpiece.
Miami Connection.
If you have not seen this movie, this is from 1987, and it's supposedly filmed in Orlando, Florida, but it's supposed. They make mention of Orlando, Florida a lot.
It is actually taking place and was filmed in Orlando.
Yes, but it's called Miami,
Miami
Connection.
Because there is a connection to Miami.
Yeah.
It's a slim connection,
Oh my
but there
God.
is a connection to Miami.
Oh my God. Okay, so
Well, you know what this movie has in common with us?
we live here. Oh.
No. I was gonna say. Oh, Jesus.
Well, I mean,
Because I was gonna say we don't actually live in any of these places in this movie, but
we live in Florida, which is they're mentioning Florida.
let's just say that I was gonna say we have a lot in common with Dragon Sound, the band, the
Oh.
main focus of this film.
Yes, we do.
You know why, hon?
You know, I want to know your reasoning.
Our connection is we don't have a Miami connection, but we do have a Dragon Sound connection. We're friends for eternity.
Yes, and Dragon Sound is the name of the band in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just everything. They're everything. And
Well, I mean, we got so much to talk about, but this is we could just start off by saying this is a movie that was lost to time and once again saved by the Alamo Drafthouse. The Alamo Drafthouse found this movie and bought a print, a 35 millimeter print for $35. He had no idea what he bought. He showed it off at the Alamo Drafthouse, and it became an instant sensation. So much so that they called. Sorry, they're not killing anybody. They called YK Kim. He didn't pick up the phone because he thought it was crank calls. Because this movie was a very, very hard and sore spot for this man, and so he didn't call. He didn't answer these phone calls, and then he finally did, and found out this had become a sensation. And it was playing all over the country in packed houses. So this is a movie that this man put $1 million of his own money into just to try to get it out there. He was a celebrity in Orlando. So much so that this movie was filmed on location all over the city without a need of permits, because all of the police and all of the people who run the government of Orlando allowed him to film wherever the hell he wanted because they loved him so much.
I think that's pretty rad.
It is really cool.
Well, I mean, okay, first let's just tell our listeners the synopsis of this movie, okay? And if
wait.
it sounds really crazy, it is because it is crazy. It's about a rock band named Dragon Sound, and they're all martial artists with the exception of the singer, who's a woman who just, she's just a singer.
One of the singers.
One of the singers. Okay, so it's a martial arts rock band, and they have to go head to toe with brace yourselves, motorcycle ninja, like,
Miami
gang.
Ninjas, Joe.
They're like a motorcycle ninja gang in Miami.
They are
Because Miami is prominent.
very
and they're known
big
for their
ninja community in Miami.
and
There's
so-
also a giant cocaine problem,
There's
apparently.
a huge narcotics trade
Yeah.
amongst
In
ninjas.
what year did this movie come out? What movie was this movie produced?
Oh, okay.
This had to be 80?
It came out in 1987.
Oh, 87.
Yes.
Which is odd. I mean, in 87, I don't know when Orlando started booming with all of the theme parks, but 87, this movie is saying that there's a giant drug problem, music problem, and also ninja problem. So I've not been aware of this since my
Oh my
time
God.
in Florida. So, but you know what? Also, what I didn't know, and I learned from this movie, is how important Taekwondo is.
Oh my God, it's so important, in fact, that they write a whole song about it.
Beyond that, every single character that's a good guy knows how to fight with Taekwondo. Everyone.
They sure do. They all do.
Restaurant owners, business owners of music venues, they know how to fight it. Everybody.
Yeah.
Even the
everyone.
cocaine guys. Everybody.
Yes.
So much so that the head of the villains, the cocaine trafficker, is so tight with a ninja that they call each other brothers. So let's run through the plot, and I'm gonna blow your mind with some of the trivia. I don't know if you already
There's
know.
tons and tons of amazing trivia for this movie. I mean,
I don't know if you already knew, but the lead actress in this movie was married to the guy who looks like Hall and Oates. Did you know that?
no.
So bad that she's making out with another actor every time that she was. They gave him money to go get them beer.
Oh my God.
So he didn't have to see them making out.
Oh my God. Okay, so the one of the lead singers in the band, he does look like John Oates from Hall and Oates.
Yeah, this dragon sound is mixed of somebody who looks like somebody else, like
Yeah.
from famous
Like there
things.
it's very eclectic. There's a lot of different diverse nationalities in this band.
Yeah.
None of them can play an instrument.
No. So, but let's backtrack now and start out, and let's do what we do on Talking Trash, which is run down the movie, dissect it, rip it apart, and explain the whole plot to you, because we think you need to know all about this movie.
Yes, because this movie is so amazing. Like
Yes.
I mean, it's just so bad, but so
Yeah.
amazing and brilliant.
Nothing perfectly captures what is so bad it's good than this movie. This movie
That's the
is
truth.
insane. Every moment you think you might have a handle on this movie being interesting, then something's going to happen that is completely batshit crazy and out of left field, and you're going to be like, what?
I mean, you can't help but like laugh through pretty much
Yeah.
all of it
Yeah.
because it's just so absurd.
Yeah.
And like it's just so much fun and it's just ridiculous. So go ahead, you start with the plot and
Okay.
tell them.
The plot starts with Ninja sneaking up on a drug deal. All right, now remember, I don't think this is in Miami, but these are Miami Ninja. And they are infiltrating without any introduction to anything that's happening, no speaking. There's just two groups of people doing a drug deal. They all look like apocalyptic characters from any apocalyptic movie you've ever seen. Everybody's dressed insane. Everybody's from a different type of background. Nobody looks like they belong together. And the ninja use this moment to sneak up on the drug deal. And right when a man is sticking his knife, because if you've seen any drug dealer movie, you know that you test the drugs out
Oh,
by
yeah, so you
sticking
have
a switchblade.
Yeah, you have to cut the little plastic. And
Usually
then
you'll see a
paste
guy
it.
sniff off the blade. No, this guy goes in double dipping with his finger, and he is rubbing it in his mouth.
It was so thick; it looked like a marshmallow on the end of his finger.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And he, right when he does this, the ninja. Now you think ninja, right? You think stealth.
Yes.
Fuck that. This movie says no. Kill the guy in front of everybody else and warn everybody that they're attacking.
Oh, yeah, for
So
sure.
they kill a guy on the side, not the two guys in the middle with the drugs or the money. They kill a guy on the side
With
who
a
screams-
throwing star.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Throwing star into the neck, and he screams out, God! And then they all know, and now the battle is on, right? So the battle is now going on between the ninja and the two groups of people, and they're riddling machine guns. They're doing all this crazy stuff. It's not working.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, honestly, we don't even know why the ninja are sneaking up on this drug deal, other than just to take the drugs for themselves and
Yeah,
the money for
yeah.
themselves. So, because that's what ninja, they do that.
That's the funniest part. We don't even know that they're trying to take the money. We don't really know what's
We
happening.
don't know. It just happens.
And I don't know if any ninja is actually killed, but every person involved in the drug deal gets murdered.
Yeah.
And it's insane. We got people grabbing their bloody heads, screaming into the camera, people getting their arms cut
chopped off.
It's crazy.
It was a crazy scene.
And then we cut to, they all run off. And by the way, these Miami ninja, they ride motorcycles in
Yes.
full ninja gear.
And yes, so because ninja, when you think of ninja, like we said, you think of like sly, stealthy. You sneak around. You're not heard. You're not seen.
Yes.
But they ride around on motorcycles that cannot possibly be
Yep.
louder.
Full outfits. These are some batshit crazy.
It's just crazy.
And I blame Miami. So
It's all Miami.
it's all Miami's fault. So we get them all going back, and they're all in their little ninja huddle where they're waiting for their boss, who comes in full Storm Shadow outfit, because head ninja always wear white.
Yeah, you have to stand out
Because it's boss.
Yeah.
You fuck the shadows.
Right.
You hide in white. You don't hide at all when you're in white. Like the master ninja.
Oh,
you
you're
show
just
everybody,
out there.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he walks in the room, rips off his mask, and scolds this group. Rightfully so. When they took the drugs, you see this shot. They take only a box of drugs, and they leave about 6 bags. And they take the one bag that got cut open, so it's flying all over the place. They suck. They murdered
They're
an
the worst.
entire group of people and didn't take all the stuff that they murdered them for. Okay, so then he yells at them, "Where's the money? You guys were supposed to take the money. I don't give a crap about the drugs. I wanted the money." And then another ninja walks in slowly with a briefcase and gives it to him, and he's like, "I went and got it myself after all you fools couldn't get
They're
it
the
properly."
most ass backwards
They
ninja
suck.
I have ever seen in a movie.
Yeah,
They
I
are
agree.
just, it's like a bunch of bumbling buffoons.
Yeah.
I'm laughing my ass off in this whole movie.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, I mean, so cut to now. Well, I think the next scene in the movie after this this drug deal.
It's the band on stage. They cut to that.
No, I don't. We get introduced to a guy who should just be called hairpiece, because his entire head is made up. This guy is insane. Imagine if you've ever seen Die Hard, Ellis in Die Hard, the cocaine guy.
Yeah.
Him, but with more beard and more hair on his head.
Yes, and his chest hair is always out, and he
Yes.
looks like
and
a
he's
monster.
wearing army fatigues, and he's always got a dangling feather earring or some sort.
Yeah, he just looks like every single psychopath villain.
Yeah, like wormy.
But he also looks like an 80s porno actor.
It's all over the place. You feel like you've seen this guy somewhere before, but you haven't. This guy's weird. He's just so... And he's the leader, we find out. And it turns out that him and the head ninja are like besties. Brothers. And he's telling him, "Hey, I got some killer cocaine to sell to you." And he's like, "Great. I can't wait to get it. Let's meet up." They meet up. They go to a rock club. And as they're going to walk into this rock club, we get the owner of the rock club coming on the stage and telling us, "We now have the #1 new sensation in rock and roll. The band who's going to blow the scene open. The one that's going to change everything. Dragon Sound."
Dragon Sound.
And this band comes on stage. And it could be further from rock and roll. It is some kind of pop rock fun.
It's like
It's insane, and it is the most happy friggin' music you've ever heard.
it's
and
like Sesame Street music. It's like
but it will get in your mind like a worm, and it will lay eggs, and it will get you loving it. It is so much fun
It
to
is
hear
so much fun.
this song.
the song is like, is it called Friends for Eternity?
Well, it's called Friends, and that's the
so-
lyric. And it is so catchy and so ridiculous that you can't get enough
It is,
of it.
and then like I get up and start dancing because it's like the worst best song.
Yeah. And everybody on stage, imagine Yo Gabba Gabba, but like that's this band, not in suits. They're just doing crazy stuff on stage that does not work to the music. No one is actually singing or playing music.
Well, they're all wearing,
They're in
the
full-
gi.
well,
they're
yeah.
wearing the gi pants in this scene, and they're not wearing shirts. None of them are wearing shirts. They're all shirtless, but wearing gi pants.
I thought they were all wearing Dragon Sound.
No,
in
that's
this
the
point.
second time we see them at the club.
Oh, all right. Well, there's a female band member who isn't doing anything in the song except dancing, and then you have a guy who looks like Hall & Oates. He is the
He
lead
doesn't look
singer.
like Hall and Oates. He only looks like Oates.
I don't know if anybody's going to say if I say he looks like Oates, they're going to think I'm talking
Look
about
up
the
John
cereal.
Oates, you guys.
So,
Look up
yeah.
John Oates.
If you look up Hall & Oates, you're going to see what I'm talking about instantly. Yeah, he's like the lead singer and lead guitarist, I believe. And he's got the big mustache, the long black hair, but it's like frizzy and like
Oh, and he's got a hairy chest. I mean, he
Hairy
also
chest.
looks like an 80s porno actor.
yeah, it's wild. And then we got a tall guy who looks like Michael Phelps.
He does.
He looks exactly like Michael Phelps, just as tall, very skinny,
Yep.
and he plays bass. Then we have a man on keyboards who seems very feminine. And then we have another lanky tall guy with too much eyebrow playing drums. And then we have YK Kim himself not playing an instrument, but pretending to play a guitar.
Oh my God.
And he is so happy that you just don't even care because you can't stop smiling.
I
when
mean, you
see this
can't
guy.
help but smile when he's trying to play guitar. It is, I mean, hands down, he's just not even trying to play guitar. He's
No.
just, I don't
Shaking
know
the
what he's
guitar up and
doing.
down.
He's shaking the guitar up and down. He's not even like pretending to strum the guitar. It's just a hot mess, but it's hilarious.
It's great. He is excited. He's so happy. And this man, I would guess he looks like he's 55. I don't know how old he is here because he looks exactly the same today than he did there. So I can't tell how old this man was while he was filming this movie. That's the band.
Yeah, well, he was born in 56. And
Now-
this movie was filmed in 87.
So there you go. How old is he? What'd you say?
No, I said that he was born in 56, and
wow.
this movie was filmed in 87, so he was 31?
He was only 31 years old, Joe. Just get that in your brain.
He's at least 53.
He looks like an older man hanging out with young guys. It's
Oh my
very,
God.
very odd. And they all live in the same house. We'll get to that.
But they all
But-
look old. They all do. Like,
well,
they
no,
all look
I
like
mean-
80s porno actors, and they all
They're
look
all in
old.
college. They look like college guys. I mean, they do look older, but they don't look too old. But then again, it's the 80s, so people looked a lot older than they are, you know? The band's playing on stage, and they're playing this Friends song. But the Friends song is actually lyrics that tell you plot.
Yeah.
It's now this band has no connection, but they're gonna they're gonna like. It's all about how they have to stop violence through taekwondo, but they're friends to eternity. They've been together forever. You don't know these characters. You haven't introduced to them at all. You've been introduced to only the villains, and so this is coming out of nowhere. And this is the way of the movie telling you actual plot, which is insane. Okay, so then we cut back to the two bad guys, and the one bad guy stops and starts staring at the woman in the band. Now, you think that maybe he's attracted to her, and he's like, I'm going to take this girl, like whatever, and that's how this movie's going to be about. And then the other ninja guy, the head ninja, goes to him, hey, buddy, isn't that your sister?
Jeff, that's your sister, Jane? She's working here?
And he says, yeah. And he's like, what's she doing up there? Would she work here now? He's like, I don't know. I don't know what she's doing.
She's not supposed to be here. I don't know what she's doing here.
You better watch her. Let's go. Come on.
Right? And he's like, hey man, let's go get some drinks. You better keep your eye on her. And he's mad. He like, get the hell off of me. And he can't stop staring. And then the whole scene is him watching her having fun. And then he sees her kiss her bandmate, the bassist.
Yeah.
And he's just like mad. He looks like jealous rage is on his face.
Yeah, which you shouldn't really have that kind of feeling if that's your sister.
Yeah, that's your sister. This guy's emoting jealousy, like a lover, like an ex-lover or something. You don't know. So then we cut to school. And now we're following the characters of Dragon Sound. So we see a school. What is it? What school?
It's the University of Central Florida.
The University of Central Florida. This is Miami connection.
Yeah.
And it's Orlando, but we're in Central Florida. And
So the sister
by the way,
goes to this school.
yeah, you didn't point out the thing that was really funny was the title card that told us Orlando is on. What was it?
Yeah, and then there's a sign that says
sign
Coral
that-
Gables.
Coral Gables. Totally different. So I cannot believe they
Coral
didn't notice
Gables
it.
is closer to Miami
Yes.
than Orlando.
Than Orlando. It's wild. Okay, so
Oh my
yeah,
God.
we're in the University of Central Florida.
Yes, that's where the sister goes to school.
All of them do.
Oh, well, yeah, they all
All
do,
of them.
I guess.
Even YK Kim.
Everyone in the band goes there.
It's really odd. And we don't really know that, though. But what we see is, as we're following the camera into the school, we see a computer class where everybody is annoyingly typing insanity typing.
Yeah, like,
And we get a special announcement from the teacher that the class has won 4th place and everybody should clap. And then he walks around saying, good job to everybody. He tells one woman,
how do you, what is the circle? How is there a circle? They're typing incessantly. What are you typing?
they're making computer programs on IBM computers. I don't really know what's happening in this class, but everybody is typing insanely.
And none of it makes any sense.
Yeah.
So why even show this scene at
So
all?
then we see her, and she's at her computer. It's the one from the Dragon Sound band. Then all of a sudden, the lanky bassist comes to the door, and
That's her boyfriend.
He's trying to get her attention. I think his name's John or something like that. I can't remember all their names, but he like looks at her and he starts doing the dorkiest "come outside with me," and she is very amused.
She's all into it.
He is doing like
I know,
and then
he's
she's
like-
like
He's
this
such
is
a
the
goober.
best moment ever between these two people. Well, he's telling her, let's go outside. She's in class. All
Okay,
right.
so just get up and
Yeah,
leave.
so the next scene is she does. And now this is just how great this directing is. So they have a walking establishing shot with them talking. And not only did the actors not know how to deliver these lines, because the actor here, he's not given a line to express what's happening in the scene. He just basically starts saying to her, so, family? Do you have family? Am I ever going to meet your family?
Yeah, it was just so weird.
Yeah.
Like, the dialogue is so odd in this movie.
And she says, I have a brother. And he says, oh, I can't wait to meet him. Yeah, I don't like him, though.
I don't like him. You don't like your own brother? I don't like him.
Well, first he goes, the only reason I'm going to school here is because he's been taking care of me my whole life. And he's really worked hard on getting me into this school. but I don't like him.
Yeah, but I don't like him. And she
he's
doesn't
like-
even say
and-
why.
And then he goes, "You don't like your brother?" And then she goes, "No, he's not a good person. I don't want to speak about it." She actually says to him, "My mother died. My father died.
Yeah, she's telling
My brother
him.
took care of me."
Yeah,
And
the
she's
whole
saying
life
it,
story.
she's just dropping it. Now, the directing is so bad here because we also have characters walking around them, and we can hear them too.
Yeah,
And they're not characters we need to know. They're extras.
they're just extras.
And they're all chatting over this conversation.
Over the conversation.
And everything is going
It's
to be
amazing.
overdubbed.
Yes,
Because we really can't hear them.
right.
Jane, I've been wondering about your family. Do you have any family or anything? I haven't met anybody yet. Or...
Well, I have a brother, as a matter of fact. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be going to this nice school and staying in the nice dorm I'm staying in.
It's really nice of him.
Except for one thing. I don't really like him.
What? You don't like your own brother? Why?
Well, I can't really explain it. I just don't like him.
What about your parents?
Well, they were divorced when I was young. My dad took off with some young girl and left my mom and my brother and myself, and she had to raise us all by herself. She had a tough life, and she, shortly after that, died. And my father died a little while after he left us. But speaking of my brother, I think it's time I go meet him.
Where is he?
We had
Yeah.
we had to watch this in subtitles. Simply,
Well, we did. We ended up putting it on
actually
this
put
time.
the subtitles on because even after seeing this several times, we still don't understand what the hell they're saying in a lot of the scenes.
Some scenes, some actors are baffling.
But-
so we had to look into it a little better.
Yeah. So cut to the next scene is, she
Well, he says, I hope I can meet your brother. And then she's like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden, the brother shows up with an entire army of cars.
Oh my god, it's like a convoy.
Yeah, and it's all those apocalyptic warriors again. It's all odd people that don't seem to be together in a gang. It's like weird people.
Jeff, this is my friend John.
Oh, Jeff, I heard a lot of good things about you.
Where'd you find this son of a bitch?
He's a friend of mine from school.
A friend?
How can you act like that?
Shut up!
So nice to meet you. I've heard so much good things about you.
But he has
No, all I heard
nothing.
was, I don't like my brother.
It's the stupidest dialogue. Like, what are you talking about, dude? You haven't heard anything except that she hates him.
Yes. So I don't know what the
I
hell
mean,
she's
maybe he
talking
was
about.
just trying to
He's
be
talking-
nice.
Yes, I think he's
but
trying to be
like,
nice.
and then,
Well, what else? What do you say?
I mean, yeah, just like he puts his hand out to shake the guy's hand, and the brother's like, "Well, fuck you, I don't want you seeing my sister." And
He punches him
and the
straight
brother
in the
just
face.
punches the guy in the face for no reason,
Yeah.
like zero reason, just because he's breathing. He punches him in the face, and then the rest of the band Dragon Sound sees that this is happening, and they come over and they get into like a little rumble,
No, they don't fight at all.
but they don't fight. It's just talking trash to each other.
YK Kim gets in the middle of them.
YK Kim gets in the middle, and let me tell you,
He
no one
says-
understands what the hell YK Kim is
Yeah,
saying.
the delivery of the lines here is insane. He says,
There's just some misunderstanding.
You don't understand. I'm her brother. When I tell you to leave her alone, leave her alone.
Whatever you say,
Just remember what I said if you don't want to get hurt.
you don't scare me at all.
Jane, I want to talk to you
Or-
later.
Goodbye.
Nobody understands anything that's coming out of
it's
YK
so
Kim's mouth.
wildly weird.
We had to put subtitles on simply because it's not that, yes, he does have a heavy accent, but he also doesn't know how to deliver a line.
Oh, he has no
He
idea.
has no
what's go-
idea what he's saying.
But he's so happy and friendly.
He's very inviting. Yes,
that
he's.
you really like him.
You like him, but you don't understand a fucking word that's coming out of his mouth.
Well, I mean, you do. It's just, it comes at you in just like one words.
Like we have to go. I'm sorry. What?
Well, it wasn't even him that bothers me with the dialogue. It's another character that will show up right after this scene. But yeah, so what I wanted to point out with the brother was, it seems like this guy has done something sexually to his sister, and that's why she doesn't like him.
I mean, I wouldn't even think that first. I would think automatically that she knows that he's doing dirty dealings because obviously he is. He's a drug
She
dealer.
says that too, but his jealousy here is wild.
Well, he's just super
inappropriate.
controlling over her. But I mean, I
Why?
don't know
This
that
is
it's just,
Scarface level.
I don't know if it's, I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess it is. It's creepy, but
It's creepy.
But I mean, they don't
It
really
seems-
reference like
Well, they don't
he's-
tell us that, but we know that like she doesn't like him, and she doesn't want to talk about it. And then he is like jealous. So it is
I don't
really
know.
highly inappropriate and bizarre, and it feels weird.
Adding that that like I guess that the possibility into it, it kind of like ruins everything for me. So I don't even want to
Oh,
think of
really?
that.
I think
Yeah.
it feels like it was there, but I don't know. I think they felt like they needed to change things and make it really weird. It's odd.
He's
It's
just a
about fun.
lunatic, the brother.
Yeah.
That's all I get from it. He's just a lunatic.
So then we get a scene. We cut from that they're all like, "What was that about?" And he's like, "I would have kicked his ass, but my girlfriend was there, and I didn't want to kick her brother's ass, in front of her." Like, so he kind of like let it happen.
Yeah, he just let himself get punched in the face for literally no reason.
Well,
And-
I mean, he's like I said, he's trying to like not attack his girlfriend's brother.
I would have been
because,
like, fuck that.
Yeah, but then they'll break up. Like that's how it is.
No, she hates the brother anyway.
Yeah,
she
but
doesn't
still her
even
brother.
defend like her boyfriend. Like she just
She
gets
does.
into.
She throws books at him
She's
and
like she threw her books and she's like, "You're my brother. Why are you acting like this?" Like
Yeah,
it's
I hate
just,
you, and she just pounds on his
Yeah,
chest. a
like
little bit.
okay, you great.
Yeah.
It was just so. It was just weird.
So we cut to a scene where now we're at the nightclub that they play, and the nightclub owner's coming down, and some weird guy comes in with sunglasses and a full suit jacket. Now we think this is going to be some kind of drug deal thing or plot line like that. It isn't. It is farther from that you can imagine. It is actually the band who used to play the club, and
Yep.
they're angry that they got fired and replaced by Dragon Sound.
Yeah.
These guys are in full suits, like they're meeting for a business meeting. Now, this actor, this guy who's playing the actor his character is the other band singer,
Yeah.
his dialogue, he
It's
delivers it
pretty
so
bad.
quick and terrible
Yeah.
that you can hardly understand. This is the guy I wanted closed captioning for. Because
Yeah,
I
we
didn't know
had
what
to
he
turn
said.
on the closed captioning. At that point, I was like, okay, I don't understand YK Kim, and I don't understand this guy at all.
Yeah.
And also, some of the song lyrics, I just wanted to know exactly
we
what
wanted
they
to
were
know what some
saying.
of the chanting was.
And
yeah.
it was crazy. But
But yeah, this guy comes in. He starts fighting with the owner. He's yelling at him. He says crazy stuff like,
What are you in here for, man? Waste
Hey, look,
my time?
bitch.
I thought I fired you. What?
You fired me once because of the goddamn Dragon Sound? That's bullshit. They came in here to play goddamn songs for kids. Now who you bullshit?
They play a lot better than you, man. Your
They play
music's
none of the
for old
goddamn
people.
kiddie music.
Your music's for old
Hey,
people,
look,
buddy.
fat man, you don't know what music's all about.
I tell you what, are you deaf? You sure don't know how to play, I tell you that.
That's my ass.
Got it?
Tell me,
That's it,
fat
buddy.
man,
Your history.
you're full of
You
shit.
want to go out of here?
right? And this guy's backing up Dragon Sound. Now, you think that like he's gonna get his ass kicked, and maybe Dragon Sound's gotta come in and save the day, or back him up, and that's gonna be the plot? Nope. This owner can fight the entire band by himself, and he knows Taekwondo too.
everybody in this movie knows Taekwondo.
How that's possible? It just comes out of nowhere, and it means nothing to the rest of the plot. This band, though, this other band, it's like the Blues Brothers with that other band they took over for.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Rawhide.
yeah, they just kept getting their asses kicked. That's this band. They're always getting their ass kicked by everybody.
Bitch, you get out of here! You son of a... Don't you give me a hard time, you son of a bitch! Next time I'll kill your ass!
And they run out. You're like, what the hell is going on in this movie? And then we cut to the Dragon Sound gang at their house. They all live together.
Yes, all the band members live together. Well, except the sister.
The rest of them all live together. They love hanging out shirtless.
They're all shirtless, and they all wear ball hammock shorts that like ride up.
Yep.
So like if they move wrong, their balls are gonna fall out the bottom of the shorts.
The keyboardist loves to have his pants unzipped.
Yes.
Oh, to show his tidy whities. He's always got no shirt on. And also, YK Kim loves feeding everybody grapes, which is a really interesting sequence.
Yeah, I don't know.
He
what
loves feeding people. He loves pushing food in their mouths with his hand. It's very odd. Remember, they're friends for eternity.
Yes.
They've been friends for a very long time.
Loyalty,
and
honesty.
they'll be longer. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So This so that now the one guy, the bassist, has a letter in the mail, and it's for the keyboardist, and he comes out and he wants the letter, and he won't give it to him.
You can have
Give me the letter now.
Get it. Grab it. Take it.
Give me the letter.
Try again.
Now.
What?
Jeez, you guys, what's going on out here? What are you trying to do? Wake up the neighbors?
I need to get some work
You
done.
would have had enough done from that street fight.
Okay, sorry. I'll get to it. That's how serious
What's going on here?
You guys trying to wake up the neighbors or
You ever
what?
seen no
Calm
faction
down.
for one night?
Tell what happened? Get enough, I'll tell you.
You guys fighting or what?
I got this letter and
What letter?
John, what happened?
I don't know. He won't tell me.
Huh?
Jim,
What happened?
Jim, what is this letter?
Tell us. Go ahead. Tell us.
Why don't you explain to us?
Come on, we're your best friends.
The keyboardist opens the letter, and he just throws it at the floor. And they're like, "What is it? We're best friends. You can tell me anything." And he goes and walks up to the camera and does a monologue. And the monologue is brilliant.
It's the most epic thing, I think, in the movie. Because, I mean, you're so captivated, but you're dying with laughter
Because
inside.
the acting is so par that it's amazing.
It's just outrageous. So he's, the keyboardist finds out that, the funniest scene ever, that his dad, left him when he was young. He was like a military dad. And he left him when he was super young. So he's been like kind of wanting to find his dad forever. So he wrote to the military, and I guess they wrote him back saying, "Oh, we can locate your father." So the keyboardist goes into this maybe, I don't know, 2-minute long monologue.
How much
with
do you remember?
Full on tears and everything.
How much do you remember from it?
I'm not gonna lie. One thing that sticks out in my head the most is that, okay, first of all, this isn't.
I just want to see if you can actually do the monologue as much as you can. I just want to hear it. Because I think I could do it too.
He says, "My mom was a Korean woman, and my father was an African American, and they left me
Wow.
when I was young." And he just starts crying, and I'm like,
I was hoping you can do it way better than that.
I can't.
No.
I can't. I don't remember every word that they say.
Want me to try? Do you want to see if I can do it?
Yeah. I don't think you can either. It's just so extra.
My father was in the army. He was married to my mother was a Korean woman, and he left us, and I didn't want to find him because I didn't like him. I know, because he left us. Because I didn't like him. Because he left us.
He left us. But now that I'm older, I just need to know.
No. Yeah. I was getting close. I was getting close there.
It was so melodramatic, and he actually had full on like Visine coming from his eyes and everything.
Before he tells the story, there's a picture in the envelope because he found his father.
They found his father,
and then he has a picture of his father in a full army outfit, or it's Navy or something.
I think he's in the army.
And YK Kim grabs the photo and goes, "Who is this, your brother?" And he says, "That's my father." And he says, "You have a father? I thought we were all orphans." Now, I don't know if he knows this, but they all have fathers or had fathers. They just weren't like born from a cabbage patch.
What is this freaking dialogue?
So that's when he tells the story.
Sorry, is hiding from this from you guys.
Oh, man.
But this looks like your brother. I didn't know you have a brother.
It's my father.
What? This is your real father?
Yes, it is.
You sure? I didn't know you had a father. I thought we are all orphans.
My mother was Korean, and my father was Black American. gave me this picture when she was real sick. I was only 9 years old. They say that they loved each other and they were real loyal. We were real happy. But then when he finished military duty, he left. And we never saw him again. She told me to find him. But I didn't like him because he left us. But I knew one day when I grew up I'd find him. Whether he was dead or alive. I sent a couple letters to the Defense Department. Nothing happened.
And it's very sad, and the rest of the actors have to hold their faces from laughing in the background while he's doing the monologue in front of the camera.
I give them all the credit because I would have lost my shit.
The one guy who's the drummer, he's dying inside.
Yeah, he
looks
wanted
like
to
he's
laugh
dying.
so bad because it was just
And he shouldn't be laughing because he's got a scene later on of a monologue, and it's also really bad.
I mean, it's just, the dialogue is pretty freaking bad in this
crazy.
movie, but it's just so funny.
So it's hard to know because we keep getting so many montages in this movie. Every time there's a scene, they cut to a montage.
Yes, so many.
So I believe we also now get a montage of bikers hanging out, and they're playing like tough guy, like everybody's a tough guy.
Yeah, that's the
like,
song.
Something like that, and it's the Miami Ninjas hanging out with motorcycle people, and there's like this is full on motorcycle, and we're just getting a whole music video of trashy, like bikers and the women showing their boobs and like the whole thing, and they're playing the full song. Now, trivia, they asked every biker, "Hey, we'll give you free alcohol." Every biker showed up. And that's why there's 1,000 bikers in this movie.
1,000
and
bikers.
At the premiere, 100 of them showed up.
I mean, that's...
So they did was give them free beer to hang out.
It's crazy. Like it was the most needless scene of anything I've ever seen in a movie. Why do you have...
It's to establish the two gangs.
Okay, yeah. But why do we need to see all of these titties?
It's wild. It's also there's also... Yeah, there's also a montage of the Dragon Sound group going to the beach, and they're driving their car on the beach, and they're like yelling at women,
frolicking in the sand, and
one of the
yelling.
lines you love is what was it? The buns. What was it?
Oh my god! Something like, oh, those are
better buns than the bakery.
Those are better buns than in the bakery.
Or something like that. And you were like, that's amazing.
I love that line, but it was like...
There's a montage here of just them flirting with women, and then they're showing women butts walking over and over to another song, and then they just randomly start showing kids showering. Yeah, like at the beach.
At
and
the
it's
beach, yeah. I'm like,
and a guy holding a sign that's like, Jesus is coming, and all this stuff.
It was just
it's just
so random,
and it's so weird, but this movie keeps doing these montages.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm like, okay, I'm here for it because every single scene is a new montage or some ridiculous dialogue. I mean, the dialogue in this movie is so bad, but you can't help but laugh. It's comical. It's just, and I don't know how serious they're taking themselves, but I feel like some of the actors almost lose it in many scenes. And I couldn't be in the room with these people. I would die laughing.
Yeah, I agree.
I was cracking up through the whole movie, and we've seen this 3 times now, and I can't stop laughing at it. It's just incredible.
I think we get a scene, and the reason we're getting the bikers talking is because I think the biker, the Miami Ninja head, and the cocaine apocalyptic warriors gang, they are making a deal, and then he's like, "Well, what are we gonna do about your sister?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to take care of that." And he's like, "We also have to take care of this Dragon Sound, this band."
Still hanging around with the damn band, Dragon Sound.
Better take care of her. Concentrate on our business. Anyway, we need to get rid of that band so you can control that area.
Don't worry, I already had that planned.
I'll see you in Miami soon, won't I?
We have to take care of that so we can get everything flowing properly.
I mean, like, why?
Now, I don't know why. They're just musicians that playing at a club.
Yeah, they're just musicians.
And people are really having fun listening to their music, so leave it alone.
Yeah, like
dude.
they literally have no reason
to hate them
or want
for
to do something.
Dating his sister.
Oh, I mean, big deal.
Yeah.
You know, like get over it.
He keeps making it sound like they're really like stopping the drug trade.
Yeah.
Now, I will say the second song that Dragon Sound plays at the club does seem to set up the fact that they are trying to tell people we have to take down the ninja and the drugs and the needless killing. It's another crazy song that seems to know the plot, although these characters don't have any relevance to the plot and really don't know what's going on. So why they're singing about taking down the ninja, and they actually have the whole crowd chanting with them. Taekwondo! Like, yeah, we gotta take down the whole thing with Taekwondo. It's friggin' weird. It doesn't really make sense. It seems like the movie was supposed to be something else, and that they were singing songs to rally troops to fight the drug trade and the ninja.
Right.
So
but we don't really have.
That's not true though.
We don't. Yeah, there's no motivation on their
seems
part to
do that. Yeah, to even sing that song. And it seems like maybe the manager. There's also a restaurant owner that connects to Dragon Sound that they're friends with. He also knows Taekwondo. The owner of the club knows Taekwondo. You feel like they're starting an army and they're going to fight back. That does not happen here at all.
It doesn't happen.
So,
it's like, why are they even...
why even here?
Right.
Yeah. So then we get the band, the guy from the last band gathers an army.
Oh, the guy that got booted from the set because he wanted to, his band was
the
played
one that
there.
got kicked out of the club that fought the club owner a minute ago.
And he was pissed off he got booted out.
He gathered a bunch of rednecks and they caught Dragon Sound in a street right before train tracks. This is another small place in Orlando.
Yep.
Which is funny. It's another small place that actually has its own weird history. But they capture them at the train tracks and they surround their car and they have a big fight. And Dragon Sound kicks the living crap out of... There's 30 people. And there's only 5 Dragon Sound guys.
Yep.
And then they kick the crap out of... Dragon Sound beats their asses. So now the band guy, who's been beat up by not only a club owner, but also Dragon Sound, has to go to the brother, the drug lord, and ask for his help. And he basically tells him, hey, can you get rid of Dragon Sound? Because they took our job. I want my job back. But if I make money, I'll give it to you.
Okay, what?
What?
Yeah.
We'll join you. What? This he wants a job. But he just gave all his money away.
Yeah, I don't understand. There's no... I'm sitting there baffled. I don't understand this plot line.
Yeah.
What is going on there?
And you know what the drug kingpin says to him? He goes, damn, this band. Like, what a foil on my plans, this band. They're just friends for eternity.
Yes, loyalty, honesty.
Yeah.
Through thick or thin.
Perfect. I think we jinxed ourselves.
I know, we did. We did.
So,
we're too close, baby. We're too close.
Too close. So yeah, this so the Dragon Sound again. They play in the club. I think they do 3 sets.
Yeah.
Throughout the movie, and all the songs are just as catchy as the one before.
Yeah, they're all like really catchy, like just, typical 80s jams.
One of them has them doing Taekwondo on stage.
Yes.
Where YK Kim grabs the keyboardist's nose with his toes.
Okay, yeah, I was so repulsed.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I don't care how close we are. I mean, we're married.
Yeah.
And I would never put my foot...
You don't want to put your feet on my face?
I would never put my foot on your face like that and grab your nose with my toes. Like, I don't care. Like,
you don't
this
want
is
your toe jams in my nostrils?
I don't want toe jams on your face. But, like, I don't know how
Jammy
these
jam.
actors do this. Because I'm just looking at that scene. I'm like, okay, his foot is on this guy's mouth. Like, that's freaking gross. And he was just on stage dancing around and doing martial arts on a dirty stage, and he put his foot on the guy's face. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah. There's also a montage of YK Kim teaching Taekwondo to the Dragon Sound gang, and he sticks his fist
almost down the guy's throat.
in the drummer's mouth. And there's a freeze frame. It's just like a constant slow. It's not freeze frame or it's not slow motion.
No, it's
but
just...
they're pretending it is.
Yeah.
Because he's got his mouth around his fist and he's acting like, and then he goes, okay, that was a good set. Thanks, guys.
Oh my God.
It's so wild. It's just wild. So yeah, we cut back from montage to fight to fight. To sound to show.
Yep. And then we get to yet another drug deal involving the porno actor brother. The brother, the girl's brother, who's, the asshole.
Yeah.
And then
what's the drug deal? I don't remember this part.
Yeah, when he actually gets killed in this scene.
Oh no, that's way later.
That happened right
after. That's the end.
No way.
That's the end. Yeah, no, they kidnap.
They kidnap John Oates. That's right. Yeah. They do.
They kidnap him because they can't beat these guys up, and we keep meeting, and they keep beating up everybody in the movie, and Dragon Sound just keeps kicking ass, and they can't beat them. So what they finally do is they kidnap. Or was it John Oates? You're saying?
What is this guy's real name?
I'm not calling him his real name. He's actually the one that's married to the lead
girl.
actress.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So they kidnap him, and they beat him up, and they kidnap him. They hold him for ransom so the Dragon Sound can come after him, and they do. They come after them, and they save their friend, and they beat everybody up, and they kick everybody's ass, and they also end up killing the lead drug dealer. Mm-hmm. And he falls to his death, and he dies, and then they cut away from it, and we just don't talk about it for a while.
That's the brother, yeah.
Yeah, and we don't talk about it for a while, but we find out that the head ninja is told that his brother is dead. That's what he says. Your brother is dead. And then he's like, I need to get revenge on Dragon Sound. And he has a montage where he thinks about how close they are, and it's just scenes from the movie where they were just talking.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, what's really important here is the keyboardist's father is coming in to Orlando to meet his son. And they're super excited about it.
Yes,
he gets a letter.
This is the military father that disappeared through his whole life. He's coming in to meet his son.
My father! My father! I found my father! Oh my God! Roger! What'd you say? Father found my father! Picture! Just look at it! Look at it!
Okay.
God, let me see picture! Great. This is the guy picking up! Oh, father, you got it! Good, great! Oh my God!
They get super excited. The guy opens the mailbox and he finds the letter and he says, "Oh my God!" And my dad, he's coming. And they all pick. Now again, shirtless.
They're all shirtless.
Unzipped pants again.
Yeah, they all look like a hot mess.
They put him on their shoulders, and YK Kim says,
Orlando airport! Tomorrow evening! Hey, Jim! Finally got it! God! How much
much money you left in the bank?
I think I have about 200.
200 altogether? I have $50 left.
I get about 60.
Okay, what is the best store? Well,
Yeah.
right,
Right,
you need to
right,
buy
right,
food.
right. Look at my suit. Taylor's
Yeah.
suit.
That's good. Yeah, check the man. Oh.
Let's buy him a suit so he looks really good for his father.
And he did. He looked really good with his new suit.
So they got him a new suit.
Yeah.
And it does look pretty snazzy. It's a nice little gray suit. They go
Yeah.
to the store with him.
He looked good.
And they, for some reason, go back home with him in his suit. He's still dressed in his suit. And they're dressed in a suit. And the bassist has a suit on, but a shirt that's so small that his belly keeps sticking out. So I don't know really what he's going for. And YK Kim, he's not wearing anything but a normal, like...
He's wearing like total 80s clothes. He's wearing like regular like jeans with like a it looks like I guess a biker vest.
It's odd. It's like colors too. It's like red and black.
Red and black, yeah.
And they're supposed to go meet this guy's father. So for some reason they go home just to get out of the car to tell everybody that they got a suit. But when they get there, the sister, the guy's girlfriend, is there. You have to be thinking to yourself, he just killed her brother.
Yeah.
And we really haven't discussed it.
Right. No one's discussed it.
In fact, the movie now feels like maybe we should discuss it for a second.
Because they skipped over it.
So they get out of the car, and then the girl's like, "Oh, congratulations on finding your father. You look great in your suit." And he's like, "Yeah, thanks. Here's your boyfriend."
So good. You must be so happy.
I am. It's John.
Hi. I'm sorry I've been gone so long. I had a lot of thinking to do. I'm hurting inside, you know. And I just couldn't stay away for long because I love you so much.
I'm so sorry about what happened. I felt so bad about that.
It's not your fault. I understand.
You had to do it. You had no choice.
I understand. It's all over now.
That's true.
It's okay. We're happy for Jim.
That's right. Finally found your father.
All right.
But I had to do it. It had to be done. There was no other way. And she says, "I know. That's over now." And he's like, "You're right, it is. Our friend is going to meet his father today." She's like, "You're right." And they start kissing. And then they show the keyboardist's face looking at them like a creeper.
Like a total
watching
creep
them
just
kissing.
watching with like this like shit-eating grin on his face. And it was like one of those moments where like, oh my God, like, is he going to ask to join in? Like, it was just so creepy. It was so oddly placed.
Yeah. You would think that cops would be involved. There's so many dead bodies.
There's dead bodies everywhere.
In Florida, in Orlando, particularly in Orlando.
From the
everywhere.
The first drug deal,
Yep.
there was a slaughter. There's bodies everywhere. I mean, they have brawls in the streets.
Multiple brawls.
There's not one single police officer involved
There was a
in all that.
kidnapping.
There was a kidnapping.
They also attack a restaurant owner. There was also a music venue attacked.
Yes. All the ninja are dead. Okay.
Not yet.
But
not yet.
a
That
lot
comes
of them
later.
are.
The biker gang and the drug dealer biker gang are pretty much dead.
Yeah,
they're
dead.
gone.
Yeah.
Like everybody gets their ass kicked, and if they're not dead, they're so hurt and so butthurt that they're never gonna mess with Dragon Son again. They've been really messed up.
Yeah.
But yes, the ninja are still out there, and they want revenge. So they leave. They now get back in the car, Dragon Son, the YK Kim, the bassist, and the keyboardist to go. For some reason, they just got in the car to come show them the outfit, to get back in the car and go see the father. So they go driving to the airport. When they're getting to a bridge area, they get jumped by the ninja, and they have a ninja showdown in a swamplands underneath the bridge.
Yeah, it looks like a forest. But
It looks like Florida.
Swamp. Yeah, it looks like a swamp, like pretty much the Everglades.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's just a swampy area under a bridge, and instantly one of the ninja cuts the keyboardist's chest. So much so that his tie is cut in half.
His brand new tie. You know, he looked really good in his new suit, and it's fucked up big time.
He screams.
I mean, it's an epic scream.
YK Kim freaks out and starts screaming his name over and over while holding him, screaming in his face.
Yeah, it was a very epic 80s movie type moment.
And this is the switch where the other two guys, YK Kim included and the bassist, lose their fucking minds and kill at least 30 ninja.
It was amazing.
They go on a rampage. It becomes Drive, the movie Drive with Ryan Gosling, where he's just killing everybody in one scene. That's what's happening here. They just start murdering everybody, but Kill Bill style.
Oh yeah.
And there's blood shooting in their face. They're doing faces of like rage after stabbing someone to death.
It was like a crazy 88 moment. It was.
And then one of the ninja gets away, and then, now at the same time, YK Kim is dragging the sliced in the chest keyboardist into the water of the muddy swamp water.
Yeah, let's just drag him through some muddy swamp.
To hide him, I guess. But all the ninjas are coming there too, so they just keep fighting.
Right.
I don't really know what's going on there, but one of the ninja gets away mortally wounded and finds Storm Shadow,
the leader
of the ninja, Miami, the Miami ninja, and he gets up to him and he's like, "Master, all of the ninja are dead." And then he just turns and cuts that ninja's head off.
Yeah, he just cuts
and then
his head
stands
right off.
up and starts laughing.
Boss, everybody's dead.
Like diabolically, like comedically
It's the
laughing.
best laugh. It's in the sun. And fun fact, they replaced the actor had already left. They already filmed the movie, and because they were told that the movie's a little too much of a downer ending, they refilmed some of it. And YK Kim had to refilm it. Another director had filmed this, but he went back to Hong Kong.
Oh.
And so they had to film new scenes, and this is new scenes. And so they didn't have that actor back to play the main Miami Connection ninja. So they just put a guy in a white and covered his face in the white mask.
Yeah.
And now that's this guy. So he goes after YK Kim and they have a sword showdown.
Yep. It doesn't last too long though.
It doesn't last long because YK Kim is enraged.
Oh yeah, he's like,
you
what do
don't
you call
mess
it?
with one of his
Aggro?
friends. Yeah. For eternity. You don't mess
Yep.
with one of those guys. Because through thick and
Loyalty, honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so YK Kim just freaking he kills this guy.
He kills this
He kills this guy. And so meanwhile, they go over and they're like, "Oh my god. Our friend is dying. Our friend is dying."
Yeah, and the airplane flies overhead that his father's on.
Yeah.
And he sees it.
That particular airplane,
Yeah.
because that's got to be that particular airplane. He
Yep.
can see his father all the way in the sky in an airplane.
It had to be at that moment, at that
Yeah.
same airplane. And cut to the hospital.
Yes, but can I just please just say that they're driving in the car and they're all muddy and bloody, and the bassist, he gets like sliced in the back and he has no shirt on and he's just
They're all
covered in freaking
messed
blood
up, yeah. And they've committed multiple murders.
multiple murders. But then when you cut to the hospital scene, they're nice and clean.
They actually show a shot of 3 of them sitting in the hospital chair, 4 of them sitting in the hospital chairs just staring forward. And one of the people with them is an older gentleman in glasses. And the doctor walks out and they all stand up. Well, before that, YK Kim has a conversation with the man in glasses, who turns out to be the keyboardist's father.
Yes.
Who's a man who they've painted his hair gray.
Yeah, it's definitely a young man that they made to
They
look
made his hair gray
older.
to make him look older.
It's terrible looking. It's terrible. They should have just hired an older actor. I don't know what happened.
Their conversation's fantastic because both actors are struggling to act.
Well, YK Kim can't really speak English very well,
Yeah.
and the other one doesn't know what he's doing in this movie at
He's
all.
like, I almost lost my son again. I'm so glad that he has friends like you. And he's like, he's my friend. My best friend.
It was just so. What do you
Yeah.
And why do you need to have this in here? It was so ridiculous. But, I mean, you're still completely skipping over the fact that YK Kim is, he's muddy. He's covered.
Not at all.
In
he's
a
fine.
little bit of mud.
So is the
He's a
bassist.
little dirty. Yeah. But the guy who got sliced in the back, who was covered in blood, like he looked like he had just savagely murdered everybody, he's clean.
Yeah.
Now, I would think that they fast forwarded, and maybe they had time to go home and shower and then they went to the hospital. But no, that's not what happened.
Well,
because
the guy was his gut was sliced so bad that his shirt fell off and his tie was cut in half.
Right. But I mean, that at least if they're saying that it was fast forwarded, that it would completely explain how the guy is clean now.
Okay,
He was covered in blood.
Right. Yeah.
But it was just the
That's
worst
the
film
least
flub.
of my.
No,
how
it was
they-
just
how they even found how the father found out that his son was in the hospital.
So on the way to take the guy to the hospital, they stop at the airport and pick up the father?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, well, let's just stop off for some juji fruits and you knew I was in an accident? Sorry, that was a Seinfeld reference.
Yeah. And the doctor comes out and they all stand up and the doctor says, he's fine.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah, it's superficial wounds. He's going to be able to go home today. All you got to do is keep him and just watch him for observation.
Yeah,
if
that's
you need
enough.
me, yeah. And then he's like, just need me for observation. You really helped that you were here as father.
Doctor, how is my son?
Jim was extremely fortunate. The wounds weren't as deep as we initially thought. He did lose a lot of blood, but there was very little internal damage.
Oh, thank God. When can we see him?
He'll be out shortly. I'm gonna leave him under your care tonight. He needs plenty of rest. If you have any problems, just give me a call.
Thank you, Doctor.
Your being here has meant a lot to Jim.
Yeah, like, what the hell do you know?
Yeah.
You just sewed him up. You're like the most informed doctor of all time.
Yeah.
Like, how do you know that, number one, he was waiting to see his father? And how did you even know that his father was sitting out here? You're supposed to be performing surgery.
Well, it makes me think that he was awake the whole time. And it was just a flesh wound that he was screaming
No, he
about.
was almost gutted. I mean, he was
We know that. But what I'm
screaming.
saying is, this movie is posing the
It's
idea
just-
that nothing really happened to him. So they wheel him out. They wheel him out, and they're all good.
Everybody's fine. It ends happy. No
And,
one goes to jail for multiple mass murder.
No one's looking for anybody's bodies. No one's looking for the murderers of all these people. And in the part where they're fighting under the bridge, you can see other cars looking there. They must have been like, "What in the fuck is happening down there?" Like,
Because he had no permits or anything.
yeah,
They
no,
didn't,
they're just
you know.
guerrilla filming. Yeah. Yeah, they all get up. The father looks at the son and he's like,
Jim, you're really blessed to have such wonderful friends. They really care about you. And I want you to know that now I really care too. Please forgive me. I love you, son.
I love you too, Dad.
doesn't he say something crazy like we were laughing about?
He
something
says
like,
he says to YK Kim, "Thank you so much for caring about my son." He goes, "And now I
care about
also care."
Yeah.
Like, where were you for 30 years?
Yeah.
It's like the stupidest plot line. Like, if you're gonna make a movie about something like this and just make it all pure action and ridiculousness, great. But don't pick a character at random and put this stupid plot in there. It makes no sense. It has no relevance to the movie whatsoever.
Yeah.
And there's no reason that any of us should care about this particular character. I mean, it's an ensemble cast.
Sure.
They're all ridiculous. And, it's like, why pick out this one guy? And they give him this monologue where he's crying and hamming it up. And it was like the worst monologue of all time. Like, the line delivery in this movie is just atrocious.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
and also the John Hall, what's his name? Oates? What's his
John
name?
Oates.
John Oates. I just want to keep calling him Hall Notes.
Oh, man.
Johnny Oates. He got kidnapped and beat, and we really don't even. He was fine in front of the house, and he's not with them in this scene. And
No, he was recuperating, on the
apparently,
couch. He's okay, Oh, and by the way, there was a lot of money and drugs at stake in this situation, and nobody took a single thing. These guys are living on $20
yeah.
a month to
They
survive.
talk about that one scene. The drummer says, "I don't want to go back to the club anymore because I really just don't want to put ourselves in jeopardy anymore." Rightfully so. One of the smarter things said.
Yeah.
And they all say, "We need the money. How are we going to afford to keep going to school?
Right.
And he's like, well, I don't want to drop out. Yeah. Well, we don't have jobs.
They all go to school, but
do
they
the
don't.
band. It's our job.
They play in the club with Dragon Sound, and that's their
They're
thing.
saying that they're getting paid enough to go to school and pay for their house.
Yeah.
And eat.
Okay.
And drive and put in fuel. They have one car, by the way.
Yeah.
Which always constantly gets left, and nobody ever steals it. And all these gangs trying to fight them never destroy it.
Oh no, yeah,
they're always
running away from the
again.
car, and
Yeah.
they always find it again. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, this is a pretty sweet ride. It's like a convertible. It's like a red convertible.
Yeah.
It's like a pretty sweet ride, and like nobody ever steals it. I mean, if not for like the zaniness and the most ridiculous dialogue and acting of all time, I mean, the fight scenes, they're pretty fun. I mean, I think they're well choreographed, even though the fists never land, and it's not, they look like it never lands.
If you told a stunt guy that right now, they'd be so mad at you right now.
But we've seen, a lot of martial arts movies from like the past and stuff where the fight scenes just look ridiculous. But these fight scenes were fun to watch.
Yeah. I just wanted to say before you get into breaking down your thoughts about the whole movie, I just wanted to end the movie because what I didn't get to say was they wheel the wheelchair toward the screen in the hospital and they freeze frame and it goes to black and we get a title card that says, "Only through peace will we stop violence," or something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
We just witnessed them murder 50 people. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Oh my God. It's like they literally got away with mass murder.
Mass murder. And they say the only way to peace is through, is to end violence.
Yeah, to end.
The only way to end violence is through peace.
Yeah,
and it's
like,
like,
okay,
yeah, okay. What's the lesson? Because we just watched you murder so many people. That's crazy. And now, yeah, I just some things about the movie that are amazing. In the credits, they listed somebody as drug dealer, and they're listed as John Escobar.
Oh my God!
Fantastic, fantastic. That's amazing.
Oh
Also, there's a scene where cops break up. They hear the cops actually show up in one scene at a train yard of some sort, and there's like they're fighting in like some kind of sand. The two cops that show up, they're like, "Where is everybody?" And they're real cops because they had no permits. Two real cops showed up, and actually a couple scenes in the movie were stopped because cops thought they were real brawls.
Yes. I did read that trivia.
But two of the cops showed up, and one of the you can see the cop is nervous. He keeps pointing his real loaded weapon at his partner.
Yeah.
Because he did not know. This links to a next movie that we might be watching, of pointing guns at yourself improperly. But yeah, there's so many funny things about this movie, and the fact that they were able to come back after this long, after filming this thing, and have it find some kind of success for them is kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
And I really love these guys at the Alamo Drafthouse and how they keep doing this stuff. This is one of many movies they've brought back into the light that were dead.
Yeah, I'm grateful for those people.
Yeah. Well, one day we have to do what was it? Dangerous Men, I think is the movie.
Yeah.
One day we have to revisit that one because I had a ball watching this movie.
And we dressed up our friend as
and he looked just like him. Yeah, fantastic.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
We had a blast laughing through that thing.
Yeah, I mean, we just love bad movies. We love so bad they're good movies. I mean,
well, you're always looking for that diamond in the rough, and this is
Yeah.
one of those diamonds. You know, like
it's definitely a diamond.
It's so much fun in such a corny, fun way that I don't mind watching it over and over.
No.
And I will say it's short, and it's also there's not much movie.
There's really not much movie at all.
I just ran through the plot, and I did a shitty job running through the plot because there's a couple fights and there's other comments like the sister standing up against her brother at one point, but it doesn't really do anything.
It's irrelevant because it's an hour and 27 minutes, this movie, and I'm going to tell you, an hour and 15 minutes of this movie is just full on like martial arts
Montages, songs, and martial and like taekwondo match things.
Yes, and then the rest of the movie is the guy's monologue where he's crying about his dad.
Yeah, there's only really like a little handfuls of like dialogue and
Yeah.
like, you know, set pieces and stuff. It's just so quaint. It's something about it that just makes me smile.
Yeah,
So-
it's fun as hell. It's so much fun. And our people that we like on YouTube, the Best of the Worst, did this.
Oh, Best of the
And
Worst did this. Riff
they,
Tracks did this.
Yes, and Best of the Worst deemed it the best of the worst.
Oh, that episode, yeah.
Because it is seriously just so entertaining and fun, and you can't help but laugh. I mean, have a group of friends over and watch this movie because it was just a hoot to watch with your friends and
absolutely.
see everybody's face and everybody's reaction. And we looked at each other, all of us, like we were like, "What?"
Perfect beer movie, perfect
Yeah.
hanging out movie, and it's just one of those movies that when you watch it again, every time you see it, you see something crazy in the background, or there's an extra saying something that's wild.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that it's kind of amazing.
Yeah. Now this movie, it's going for a lot of money of the DVD.
Well, only this new,
There's
they
like
first-
a new special edition going,
which is hilarious because the
Um,
real print kind of got lost because of Hurricane Charlie. So they don't really have an extra print. They only have the prints that they've found.
Yeah.
So they try to reconstruct it, and for some strange reason, they released it on a 4K Ultra.
Yeah.
Which this movie, there's so much. There's you hear static, you see the lines and the thing. This
mean,
isn't a
yeah.
movie you release in 4K for $40.
Yeah, it was
It's
like
insane.
$42.99. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? So we watched it on Freevee.
Yeah.
It's on
Amazon
Amazon.
Prime
On
for free
Amazon
with
Prime.
ads.
Yeah, you'll have some ads. You know, just press mute when you're watching. But yeah, I mean, we watched it on Freevee, so
That made it longer.
it did make it longer. It did, but it just, you know, you have to see this movie. It's so much fun. It really is. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it really is. And it's, again, it's one of those kind of like, just a really nice, like, success for him. A little success story.
Yeah, for sure.
And that makes me happy.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It makes me happy too, because I could watch this movie
Yeah.
all
this-
the time.
Yeah, and so right now, since we're doing Turkey Fest, then we're doing 5 movies this month. Every Tuesday, we're releasing a turkey that we love, and next week will be mine. But so far, we've only done 2. We've done Godzilla vs. Megalon and Miami Connection.
Yeah, Miami
And if
Connection.
we're gonna rank the 5, and so we're gonna keep doing that every episode. Where do you place this one? This is definitely above Godzilla vs. Megalon. Right?
It's definitely above Godzilla versus Megalon.
It's something
this
that-
is my pick, so I obviously hold it in high regard. You want me to rate it against the other ones, or
Well, no, we'll do that later as we
Okay.
keep going on, and at the
That-
end we'll
yeah.
do all 5, and then
Okay.
we'll bring it into next year because we'll keep trying to do this.
Okay, well, you want to know my
November.
rating? I gave it a.
This is what,
I
a
gave it a
6?
7.
What?
I did. You know why? Because I had so much fun watching this movie.
No way.
I did, but it's clearly a 6.
It's clearly a 5 or a 4.
It's not a 4.
It's
How
a 4
dare you?
in technical stuff, in script, in plot, in
Okay.
directing. It's a 4.
All right. Well, can
but
I just
it elevates because it's so
Yes.
good.
Well,
It's bad.
can I put my rating
So
into
bad it's good, I mean.
perspective? I know what you meant. Can I just? I'm putting my rating into perspective, like into some kind of how about 3 parts? How much enjoyment I got out of this movie, the acting, and the plot. So yeah,
All those
the
things.
plot was ridiculous.
Yeah.
The
There is no
acting was worse.
Yeah.
But my enjoyment was really high.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why I always try to tell people, like, when you see a movie that's so bad it's good, it gets elevated. You know, if you're rating this in all the things that you rate a movie normally,
Yeah.
you automatically rate this like a 3 or a 4 because it's really, really badly done.
I mean, yeah, this is a
And-
turkey. I'm gonna.
And so it gets elevated up. That's what I'm saying to you right now. So
Yeah.
it gets up, and so that's what I'm like. I will not lie to you. I had given this a 6 because it made me smile so much.
Yeah.
And that's insanely high. It's a 5,
Right.
because of the enjoyment getting picked up.
Yeah.
I think that all so bad it's goods usually should be 5s, but 5s are so mediocre that I feel like this one rises above that.
I don't think that this is a mediocre movie at all. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
As hell.
Even if it's accidental.
I mean, it is a 5. I mean, I give it a 5. I'm not giving it a 7.
We're gonna give it a just another movie night 6.
Oh, okay. Gobble
Let's just
gobble.
Give it a 6, which is when I say just another movie night, it's R6.
It's R6.
In our landscape of loving so bad it's good.
Okay.
This one kind of rose up with that. Mediocre.
All right, then. Okay.
It
I
just
like it.
because it's so silly and it has such a good intention.
It does.
That he was really trying to make something that was friendly and nice and meaningful, and you gotta give it to him. You gotta give him credit for trying.
For sure.
So it gets that just another movie night turkey stamp of approval.
Nerd.
All right. So, do you have anything else to add to this one?
Oh, I said enough.
This one beats Godzilla vs. Megalon, which is the 2 we've watched so far.
It sure enough does.
I love Godzilla vs. Megalon. It's the childhood favorite. So this one is one I can watch both over and over with no problem.
I mean, I could too, but this one is just more fun to watch with a group of people.
Yeah, and I will say that as we go on, they will constantly keep beating these 2 movies. I
yes,
think,
they
so
will.
far.
They will. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think that we're probably going to share our rating scale of how we rank these 5 movies.
Yeah.
If we don't agree, I'll be shocked. There's 2 in particular that are going to fight for number 1, I think. But we'll talk about that later as we go on.
We'll talk about that later. So, guys, thank you for listening to our Turkey Day. What do we call this?
This is Turkey Fest. This is November Turkey Fest.
The Just Another Movie Night Turkey Fest.
Talking trash turkey.
Talking trash.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a good one.
Thank you, nurse.
You're welcome.
I was gonna mess with our band again.
Now we're all safe.
Jim, it's all over. Let's all go home.
Where did everybody go?
I don't know. Looks like another gang.
We need to get these gangs out of Central Florida anyway.
That's true.
Let's get out of here.